Hey, friends, welcome back to the Practical Alchemy podcast. My name is Natalie. I'm your host, and I'm so grateful that you're here. However, you stumbled upon us, if you've been a longtime listener or you're brand new, welcome. This podcast is all about sharing stories and tools to alchemize your life. And today is episode 3 of our Wellness 101 mini season. This is a mini season with the intention to deliver bite-sized episodes that are highly educational and are able to be integrated into your life to create alchemy in your day-to-day. And today's topic is one that I felt like I had to embody my inner elementary school art teacher. I feel like that's what this shirt is giving, because today we're going to talk about art therapy. This is a modality that I heard about maybe 3 years ago at a sound bath. A woman came up to me and she was sharing how she is in the healing space and she's an art therapist and she works with art to help her clients and patients. And I was so amazed by hearing about this modality because obviously, when we think of art, at least when I think of art, when I used to think of art, I used to think of galleries and like $1 million paintings, photographies, like kind of the postmodern Renaissance era style of art, right? That medium. But art is really such a beautiful and vast word that in the recent centuries has been considered a form of therapy. There are research findings that show how engaging in artistic expression can actually enhance self esteem, reduce stress, and foster emotional resilience. And here I thought that the trend of adult coloring books was kind of just like a way for us to connect with our inner child and do something else other than mindlessly scroll, which is valid. But also, there is some profound research that shows that this form of art, any form of art, is so deeply therapeutic and healing. And so, I don't know if you've ever engaged with art therapy. I recently, like I said, heard about it. I've been also reading the book, The Artist's Way. I'm in a 3 month. Yeah, I'm in a 3 month container with a group that's reading The Artist's Way together, which, if you've never heard of this book, I cannot recommend it enough. I have it. Let me grab it. Okay, here's The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. It's such a powerful book. I'm in the middle of it right now, and just reintroducing art as a spiritual practice, as a healing practice, as a therapeutic practice is so powerful and beautiful and allows us to engage with a part of ourselves that in this modern world, unless you're an artist and a creator by trade or by passion, we don't get to engage in much. And so, let's talk about the history first. So, art therapy emerged as a distinct discipline in the early 20th century. And so it has roots in the fields of psychology, psychotherapy, psychiatry, and of course, art. There are some people that this work can be traced back to, but really, art therapy gained recognition as a formal profession with the establishment of professional organizations such as the American Art Therapy Association in 1969. So, really, not that long ago, maybe 50 years ago. And today, art therapy is practiced in various settings, including hospitals, schools, community centers. Some people have private practices, workshops by trained art therapists who integrate psychological theories and artistic techniques to facilitate healing and personal growth. And so, when we think of art therapy, I'm so curious. I wish you could respond to me right now. Like, what comes to mind immediately? So, for me, art therapy, I just picture myself in this, like, I don't know, I'm almost like thinking like nude painting, like painting somebody nude, which is maybe like my stellium and Scorpio speaking. Hello. But art therapy encompasses a wide range of creative activities and techniques, such as drawing, painting, sculptures, collage, even mixed media. And so, some examples of art therapy interventions are, like I said, drawing, right? Encouraging people to express their thoughts, feelings, and experiences through drawing exercises, such as free association drawing or even self portraits. Painting, obviously, using colors, shapes, textures to explore emotions, to explore memories, inner conflict, often through abstract and non representational painting. So these can be like you see the splatters on the wall and you wonder, like, how did that sell for $3 million? It deeply resonated with somebody because it brought up certain emotions, certain memories, maybe inner conflicts, right? And so art is really such a beautifully subjective topic. The other form that I like to think of in my research that I found that I really was considering exploring myself is sculpture. So, working with clay, working with the hands in such a way, or other sculpture materials to externalize and transform emotional states, physical sensations, and interpersonal dynamics, I find so fascinating, especially when it's something so tangible, 3D, 4D in nature. In the world of Pinterest, collaging, I've engaged with art therapy when it comes to vision boarding and manifesting through collaging through Pinterest, but this can also be through found objects, magazine clippings, other materials to explore identity, relationships, and life transitions. And then finally, another example is expressive arts. And so getting movement, music, maybe writing involved. So, expressive arts, anything where you can express yourself, like dancing is a really beautiful one. Movement, not for the sake of what it looks like, but rather what it feels like. And so, there are really beautiful examples of art therapy. Another one that, one that I'll encourage at the end of the episode is free writing. That one is so accessible. I feel like sometimes forms of art, mediums of art can be intimidating if we don't consider ourselves a good drawer, good painter, good dancer, right? But writing and channeling thought through hand and pen and paper is something that we can all access without much barriers of entry or intimidation. And so, what I'm going to leave you off with today is a free writing intuitive exercise as a form of art. But first, let's talk about some case studies and some of the benefits. And so I feel like all of these modalities, I'm like, anxiety and stress reduction. I mean, come on, what do you want from me? That's one of the most profound benefits that we can get out of doing anything. But there was a study published in the Journal of the American Art Therapy Association, and they found that participation in art therapy led to significant reductions in stress, anxiety, and those levels of stress and anxiety among individuals receiving treatment, specifically in this study for cancer. And so, cancer patients that were receiving treatment when they engaged in these forms of art therapy, they found significant reductions in their levels of stress and anxiety. Another one, I think the word trauma is a very valid word that's gained a lot of popularity and conversation in the healing spaces in the recent years for good reason. But research shows that art therapy can actually be really effective in helping survivors of trauma process and integrate difficult emotions and memories. And there was a case study published in the Journal of Traumatic Stress, and it found that art therapy interventions helped a client with PTSD developing coping skills, and increased self awareness. And then finally, emotional regulation. To know how to regulate our own emotions is quite possibly one of the biggest gifts that we can give ourselves in our communities because it allows us to be evolved beings, right? To not resort to the primitive reactions of anger and frustration and need to immediately react and rather be able to process those emotions. And art therapy has been found to enhance emotional regulation skills in individuals with mood disorders, such as depression and bipolar disorder. And there was a study published that reported improvements in mood and emotional well being among participants engaged in a 12-week art therapy program. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do a whole 12-week program, such as the Artist's Way, or work with somebody over the course of 12 weeks. What I'm inviting here is the exploration of play through art for the purpose of healing, for the purpose of therapy. And there are other various avenues that you can immerse and explore You can immerse yourself and explore this form of art therapy. You can work with professionals who are certified art therapists or licensed mental health professionals who specialize in art therapy to guide you through the process. There are some individual sessions, group sessions that you can look into. On the note of group sessions, you can attend workshops or classes. Maybe they don't have to be labeled as art therapy, but maybe you go to a sculpture workshop and you set your intention for yourself that you're going to explore art therapy through this medium of sculpture. You can look at local art centers, community organizations, wellness studios, and these experimental learning opportunities provide a safe and supportive environment for exploring creativity and self expression. You can also just do it self guided, self directed art making. You can explore art making on your own. Maybe go to an arts and crafts shop and buy like some canvas, some paint, some sketch paper, some colors, and just let yourself, without judgment, express freely and see what comes up. I think the most important piece of all of this is having that intention of being open to see what comes through whatever medium that you use. And then finally, utilizing art journaling. And this is what I'm going to leave you off with. Start an art journal and use it as a personal tool for reflection, self discovery, emotional expression. And you can use a combination of words, of images, of colors to document your thoughts, your feelings, and your experiences. And you can experiment with different mediums. Maybe in the beginning, you're super comfortable with writing. How do I feel? What's present for me now? What's coming up for me today? What am I working through? And then see if maybe you want to explore writing with different colors. If maybe you want to explore drawing a particular emotion or feeling. And let that be a judge free zone. Let this be an area of exploration to explore different aspects of approaches to healing and to personal growth, and allow yourself to tap into your inner creativity and through that, your inner resilience to navigate life's challenges and cultivate greater well being. Let me know how it goes. Enjoy this one. This is one that I'm actively engaging in. And again, if you want a guided spiritual approach to higher creativity, I highly recommend The Artist's Way. Send us a DM, send us a note, let us know what you think. And I'm wishing you well on your journey to self discovery through art and through expression. I'll see you next episode.